Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, going to be a match between ShoWTimE and Harstem here on 2000 Atmospheres, the latter edition. Top right, it is ShoWTimE, and bottom left, it is Harstem. Man, I like Harstem's YouTube channel. He is entertaining, he is knowledgeable, and his YouTube channel is better than mine, even though he started it like several years after I did, but I'm not mad because he is so funny and so educational. Go ahead and check him out if you haven't already. He did not pay me to say this. All right, so we've got a gateway coming up at each other's ramps. Well, each ramp of the players and their own, not each other's. That would be fairly interesting and super interesting as well. Hope everybody is having a happy holiday season. Oh, 2 gas fairly early here from Harstem. ShoWTimE taking his second gas well behind Harstem's second gas. And Cybernetics core coming up because Zealots are super bad in this matchup, especially early. Well, at least until they get charged, right? Anywho... Wait, oh yeah, so 2 gateway into cyber core. It's been a while since I've cast a PvP, but the build is 2 gateways and then a cyber core because again, Zealots early are very bad and lose to every other thing the gateway can make, but you need a cyber core to make the other things: oracles, adepts, and stalkers. Anyway, had a pretty good day today. I'm casting this on the 23rd of December. Got the kids for the week and took them sledding. That was a lot of fun. I went down the hill a couple times, didn't, tear my back open or anything or mess anything up that way, so that was nice. And then we went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home. That's the 3rd time I've seen it. The kids got to see it for the first time. I did make them watch one of the Raimi movies, Spider-Man 2, in particular with Doc Ock, because that is considered the best Spider-Man movie of that era, right? And then one of the Garfield movies, the first one, which is considered the better of the two. So they had some understanding of the Spider-Man lore and history coming into this film, which I thought was good. They laughed at the memes, obviously, in No Way Home. I'm not going to talk anymore else about it, except that I'm going to say I've seen it 3 times, and I kind of want to see it again. Like, that is how much I've really enjoyed No Way Home. It has just come through and just absolutely blasted my expectations out of the sky. So we got the 2 stalkers out from ShoWTimE. We got the 2 stalkers out from Harstem. The follow-up are 2 sentries for both players. That's fine. We've got a pretty fast Twilight Council here from Harstem. This what usually comes down to is stalkers are the backbone of this matchup. Stalkers are good for PvP. And then it also ends up coming down to disruptors a lot. Colossus can be pretty good. Storm can be pretty good. Immortals are pretty good. Those are the things. Void Rays, not as much as because Stalkers do very well against them with their bonus versus armored benefit that they get. And bonus versus armored does very well against ye old Void Rays. So we might see some Void Rays. I'm not saying they're terrible, but Stalkers just kind of beat them usually in a straight up engagement there. Unless it's prismatic alignment and the Stalkers just kind of sit there and wait for themselves to get burned down by that upgrade. Or by that ability. It's not an upgrade, it just comes native. Blink on the way. Love to see a good blink. Obviously, stalkers are about 8,000% better when they have blink, but they're still pretty good without it. It's not like it's not a Zergling situation where slowlings are just bad, and then speedlings are really, really good. It's not that much of a difference between the 2 versions of the unit. Yeah, so ShoWTimE's second base warps in after Harstem's. So Harstem is, doing a couple things here. Obviously, getting blink faster. And then ShoWTimE there has been no blood spilt thus far. I guess they both lost their early scouting probe because it's really hard to keep that alive in this matchup. But shield battery up in case there's aggression. Shield battery here from Harstem in case there's aggression. Army value is 14 to 12 in favor of ShoWTimE right now, but some more units warping in from Harstem. He hallucinates Phoenix out, and he kind of wants to make a tiny little push. No, he wants to get a 3rd base up is what he wants to do. Yeah, Harstem being a little bit greedy here, getting this 3rd base up with a very low army count. ShoWTimE's up 18 to 12 army supply. If he moved out with this, which he's kind of posturing like he wants to, no, you know what? He wants to take a 3rd too. So they've both been scouting each other. Hallucinated Phoenixes. Really important on that scout to see what's going on, and ShoWTimE sees the 3rd base of Harstem, takes his. So he could have come for a 2-base style attack. Instead decided to match the macro of Harstem. Nexus for Nexus, probe for probe here. They're exactly at 41 workers apiece, which is fantastic. Working on a robotics facility here is Harstem. Could be for detection against ETs, but probably going to be for Immortals more than anything else at this stage of the game, just because Immortals are very good against Stalkers. And once again, Stalkers are the backbone of the matchup, so anything that kills the backbone is going to be pretty good itself. Immortals are kind of too expensive to be the backbone of anything, but very good units nevertheless. Yeah, they're both doing pretty much the same thing. Small push here from ShoWTimE. He does have a minor army advantage, but nice pick off on that sentry. Harstem loses one too. Guardian Shield is not up because they use it on force fields, which are kind of zoning each other out fairly well. I mean, nothing else majorly died there. A couple of depths do swing into the natural base of Harstem, trying to kill a few of these probes, and focusing on, oh wow, all right, trying to kill that Stalker. That's never going to happen. So 6 probes down is good. That was a nicely snuck in a little play there from the ShoWTimE, from the German here. I actually had a ShoWTimE game yesterday. If you're a ShoWTimE fan, you want to see how he did against Hero Marine on the channel, you can check that out. That was my Sunday cast of the week. I mean, I cast every Sunday and also every Monday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Is that accurate? Yeah, those are my days for StarCraft 2. Charge on the way from ye old Harstem. Let's see what's what here. Both players working on the +1 attack. Little bit ahead here is Harstem. No big deal. I mean, it is just even as even can be here. Harstem actually has an income advantage, which is weird considering he has, again, lost 7 probes here today. But he's replaced them fairly well. He's back up to 59 workers. ShoWTimE's at 60, and Harstem has that lead. Having that third base up faster has really helped him recover from that damage that he took. So you can take a third base and get away with it. You're going to be a pretty happy Protoss. Really a happy anyone in any matchup. You get a third base up before your opponent and benefit from it. It's going to help you recover from economic damage more quickly. Robotics Bay getting started here from Harstem. That could be for the Disruptors. And actually going for a Templar Archive. ShoWTimE. Archons are good in this matchup. Storm, pretty good in this matchup too. Could see one, could see both. Here from ShoWTimE, wouldn't be surprised if it was both. We're kind of moving into a pretty heavy macro style of play here between these two guys who know each other very well. They played against each other 800,000 times. They're both a bit of elder statesmen for European Protoss players. They represent a lot of years of StarCraft 2 between them for sure. Yeah, blinking up. Oh, almost takes down a Stalker. Knocks that thing down to 3 HP. Calculated a little bit missing there. Stalker's pushing the other side. Get a couple probes blink out. Fourth base on the way from Harstem, and I like, sees this. ShoWTimE sees the fourth base of Harstem sees the fourth base of ShoWTimE warping in. And actually, yeah, ShoWTimE got that up a little bit sooner. The blue's a bit harder to see on this minimap because the the majority of the ground here is blue. The high grounds are kind of a tan color, but everything low ground is this particular kind of a cerulean, like a cerulean blue. Not a sky blue, not really a dark midnight blue, just sea blue, depending on the kind of sea, though. I guess that's the thing. The ocean color can be very different depending on where you are, what the conditions are, what the weather is, how deep the water is, etc. So nice attack here from Harstem, just going in, forcing a recall, snipes a shield battery. And yeah, look at that. ShoWTimE comes all the way home to deal with this, and it does force Harstem out, which is great. Because if you can't force an army out when you recall on top of it, then what are you doing? Just trying to stall for time, I guess. Robotics Bay from ShoWTimE now coming in here, too. Disruptors, double Disruptors coming in from Double Robotics Facility. And we're going to see some Disruptor tennis, possibly. I mean, it takes 2 to tango. It really takes 2 players to go for Disruptors for me to call it Disruptor tennis, which is a coin that I termed pretty early in Legacy of the Void when Disruptors were introduced. It was the concept of Disruptor tennis. Or, yep, there we go. Both players are sending Disruptor Purification Nova balls back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it looks like a tennis match. And then if somebody connects, like it's a really big hit on the enemy army, that's a point. And then it's 15 love, right? I understand tennis a tiny bit. Big attack from ShoWTimE, though. Coming right on into this third, but there's enough of a response here and cannons and stuff that ShoWTimE backs out. So both players have kind of tentatively poked at each other. There's another poke, and once again, backs out because shield battery overcharge was popped, and there were 4 Disruptors on the way there, too. So yeah, nobody's really committed to anything. Hardly anything's been lost here today. We're at 1,150 losses apiece, exactly here, between these two players. That is pretty nuts to be at the 9-minute mark of a match, and it's even on resources lost, and it's under 1,000 or under 2,000 each. Pretty crazy stuff. There we go. There's our Dark Shrine. Yep, both players getting the Dark Shrine too. PvP is a little bit... It's been a little bit solved. Oh, big disruptor hit. 15 love Harstem. Woof, took down an immortal. That's as big a target as you're going to hope for with a disruptor in this matchup. Killing an immortal and keeping that immortal count high for yourself can be amazing. That said, he has no immortals himself. And now neither does ShoWTimE, so never mind. Immortals are off the board. We don't need the immortals. We don't stinking immortals. We have disruptors. Disruptors are better than immortals anyway. I mean, do I agree with that? Immortals really good, but also no splash damage. So take that for what it's worth. Popping into the fourth base of ShoWTimE is Harstem. Trying to commit here, trying to use the Purification Nova to push the army away, but ShoWTimE's disruptor's showing up, and does he like what he sees? Not really. Oof. Loses a couple zealots and a stalker there. 15-15. ShoWTimE taking his first blood. Another base on the way here from Harstem, which is being scouted? No, it is not being scouted. I thought there was a ShoWTimE unit here, but there was not. Both players are going for DT Blink. Actually, a Stargate for Harstem. Is he making a mothership? Pretty fairly common in this matchup. Sometimes we get carriers in PvP. Can always be very fun if we see carriers. We don't see those a lot in this matchup. It's usually very ground-based, but carriers can be pretty effective. So yeah, Harstem taking another base. 12 o'clock coming in from ShoWTimE 2. Both players are keeping abreast of each other. One stalker goes down. I'm not going to consider that a hit. Like, one stalker is like, whatever. Generic engagement, one stalker dies. Taking down a shield battery, taking down some pylon supply, blocking ShoWTimE with that hit. Pretty amazing. This is still a fairly gentle push. Oh, blinked out of there. Can you imagine if Purification Novas could hurt each other? Like, Purification Novas are invulnerable to any kind of damage except for Purification Nova. Wouldn't that be hilarious? That would really change this matchup. Players would be trying to attack each other's Purification Novas with their own Novas and seeing what happens. There is a DT over here. He's probably new, though. Oh, there's 4 DTs over here. Oh, Harstem's got his own. Wait. But he doesn't have detection. So that's weird. Enemy DTs standing right next to each other, but there's no detection available. So they just get free hits. Where are you bringing an observer over? All right, good. So that cleans it up. Thanks to the observer joining the party right now. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know who's going to win this thing right now. I don't. I mean, Harstem has a better bank in gas and minerals, which is nice. Tech-wise, they're about the same. ShoWTimE's lost a lot more at this point. 4,000 resources more. Nice snipe on that disruptor, and then a blink dodge out of there, too. Suddenly, it's a crazy Archon DT-style attack here. Wow. That is a lot of DTs from ShoWTimE. He's went behind Dark Shrine indeed. From ShoWTimE. He's got 13 DTs in this army. And suddenly we're in a bit of a base trade scenario. Or, it could evolve into a base race scenario. I don't know. Yeah, shield battery's not going to be able to heal through the damage these DTs are putting out. Not even close. 721 drones have died. Look at the defense here ShoWTimE is playing on his base. Dude, Harstem is in an immense amount of trouble all of a sudden. Ends up losing a Nexus. 2 Nexuses down. He's on 3 base. This army needs to get something done now. But he's so afraid of the disruptor hits, and I can't blame him for that. No, blinked on top of the disruptor to kill it. Insane plays there. Disgust. Oh, big hit. Big hits here from Harstem. Connecting really hard. Gets another disruptor, and he's going to chase that one down and kill it too. God, he does end up getting it. Incredible play. Forces a recall home from ShoWTimE, actually, with all of those DTs. He gets some nice hits on the army, but look at this. Harstem knocked down to 3 bases. Purification Nova kills some DTs big time. Massive explosion there. Connections all over the place here from Harstem, but no. Oh, that was big too. A lot of DTs died to that Nova. Disgusting. Disgusting hits. ShoWTimE making a bunch of zealots here. He's at 91 to 56 workers. The income just went whoop. Just made a big old dinosaur Brachiosaurus head on the income tab in favor of ShoWTimE. Harstem needs to kill this base and probably needs to kill one more base to pull even here. Or maybe just kill this base and expand himself somewhere else. That would be enough to get him back into this game, because right now he's in a lot of trouble. His army value was actually 2-1 ahead of ShoWTimE's right now, so that's insane. But he's pulling back. He's not taking advantage of that army value, unfortunately. He has managed to kill a bunch of probes for ShoWTimE, but the income is still favoring blue, thanks to the 84 to 58 worker count, and ShoWTimE being on 4 bases, whereas Harstem is just now retaking his 4th. Not good. So army, and again, army value is important here, but if your enemy has disruptors on defense, it could be very hard to break it, even if you have a superior army count. So he zones the stalkers out, zones out the disruptors here too. He really wants to kill this base. I think he's going to commit to it. Yeah, man, zealots on top. They back out. They back out. Purification almost gets a disruptor there, and blink stalkers almost get one too. But we are just disruptor tennising hard right now. Back and forth and back and forth. And what is this? Just a big group of zealots from ShoWTimE running around here, making sure that reinforcements are not easily arriving at Harstem's front lines right there. That's kind of insane. And the zealots don't want to fight against this exactly. Trying to head off the retreat. They do catch some of them. They prevent the retreat of some of ShoWTimE's units there. Both players have +3 attack and no armor or shields upgrades right now at all. And at this point, I think it's ShoWTimE's game to win. His army value is much better than it was a couple minutes ago. His worker count is still a massive advantage. He's retaking that 5th base. He's just... Sure, does he have to deal with some attacking zealots here? Yes, but he should be able to handle that, especially with some cannon support, especially since the zealots have no armor upgrades at all. They're going to do much poorly against cannons than you would expect zealots to at the 16-minute mark. Nice! Disruptor hit another disruptor, zoning out at the very least. He wants to focus down this Nexus, but also he can't hold still long enough to do it because there's so many disruptors. No! You just have to back out is the thing. Oh, it's a big-time hit for Harstem, though. Ay caramba, blinking into it is ShoWTimE. Is that enough? I don't know. Can he win this battle? He's got observers. He knows the threat of DTs are real. He's got 3 observers in this army. The 5th base by ShoWTimE in a bit more trouble here too. Disruptor Nova back and forth and back and forth. And the connections are hitting sometimes. I think, oh, that was beautiful micro from Harstem. Dude, he's doing a great job here. He's killed 11 disruptors. He's lost 12 of those. So ShoWTimE's done an excellent job with that too. I guess I've just seen more of Harstem's connections there. Harstem's got another base down this way. Harstem's on 5 bases too. He's got 10 probes on this gas, which seems like some kind of a crazy mistake that he just did. Why are these probes all the way coming to this gas? How long will it take him to figure out this is happening? I don't know what the answer is. This disruptor's almost connecting there too. Yeah, I mean, did we figure it out? No, he's pulling them off once they get gas. What the heck is this? What? He's just got a group of probes back here holding Vespene gas cubes in their mouths, or with their little tractor beams that they have, and they're just sitting here. I think he intended to click them over onto this mineral field when they came out, but he missed. Boy, that is kind of a doubly compounded twofer mistake there for Harstem. It's kind of pretty, though. You usually don't see a lot of probes sitting around with Vespene gas in their mouths, right? Interesting sight, to be sure. Got to be able to split. Oh, connections, 2 of them. For ShoWTimE there. Loses a disruptor for it, though. Is that a fair trade? Yeah, probably. Actually, it probably is. Army value 119 to 81. Harstem has an advantage, but as I've talked about, it is hard to take advantage of said advantages if your enemy has disruptors and they're just good at zoning you out here. ShoWTimE taking a 6th base now. At about the 11 o'clock position. He figured it out. He didn't care about that gas. If I was him, I'd have returned the gas and then put the workers back on the minerals. He only has about 200 gas in the bank right now, which is not enough. Whoa, ShoWTimE just abandons this 5th base entirely for the 2nd time today. It is going to go down. His army is coming down the left side, though. The DTs are a big part of this composition. DT wandering up into ShoWTimE's 11 o'clock base, and now he throws down a cannon, but guess what? It's too late. Static defense can be too late sometimes. Static defense with detection can be too late sometimes, and 6 probes go down. ShoWTimE, remember when he had like 80 workers? And Harstem was only at like, I don't know, much less than that. But ShoWTimE gonna wait. Where are you go? Oh, he just left enough units there to deal with it and pulled his army back for defense purposes. Oh, we caught wind of these DTs, dude. I think Harstem has this. He just killed 8 more probes. ShoWTimE is now on the offensive. But look, disruptors on the defensive here. But no, charge lots charging on top of those disruptors. They can't really do much in that situation. And my goodness, I think this base is going to go down. He's dealing with some zealots that are slowing down the incoming death of this base. And actually, ShoWTimE, is he going to stick around to kill this? I don't know that he is. There's a big stalker army from Harstem wandering around down this way, but 15 more probes go down. It is a probe-apocalypse right here. Harstem has lost 50 probes today, and ShoWTimE has lost 25. Okay, so Harstem is going to lose this base. Same trick. Leaves a few zealots behind just to finish off the base. The rest of your army out on the map for doing other things. I like that. Not keeping your whole army around to kill an Nexus is pretty smart. So ShoWTimE's back to 4 bases, which he held. Nope. He has to replace this one. Oh, no. Well, I guess he is back to 4 bases because 1, 2, 3, 4, but 2 of his bases are mined out, which is not great. Harstem is at effectively 2 mining bases as well. Same story. So both players, the income is fairly close. Blinking into it, though. This is usually a sign that one of the players think they have the game won, is where they blink into a situation like that where it feels really dicey. Disruptors, they're just forced to split. He kills a base here, too. I don't think ShoWTimE canceled that one. That is not good. No, c'est très mal. No, c'est pas bon. Stalkers kiting against these zealots. Disruptors not connecting. You know, their hit rate is not very high. Army value even, but Harstem's economy is not good. Not good at all. ShoWTimE's got a War Prism up here. Has he tried to do anything with it? I think he hasn't really had a spare moment to just casually warp in a bunch of zealots in Harstem's main base. This is kind of an insanely good PvP. Hot dang. ShoWTimE taking the 11 o'clock base again. Harstem loses his 5th base for the 2nd time today. I think maybe we're going to see this. Maybe we're going to see a bit of a... a bit of a move in, or not, perhaps. Or not. Purification Nova catches a single probe. Hey, you know what? Novas are free units. So you kill anything with a free unit, you win. It's infinite value. Disruptor tennis. That's what we're seeing today. Oh, there's an observer. Well, maybe another DT made it up here to cause some problems for this base. Nope. That's not what happened at all. ShoWTimE is up in worker count heavily. 74 to 40 right now. Army value is pretty even too. ShoWTimE has kind of taken this game by the reins, and he's controlling it at the moment. Harstem wants to retake this base. He barely has enough minerals for it. DTs for ShoWTimE here to defend against incoming attacks from Harstem. That's pretty smart. The DT reliance for ShoWTimE today, I'm not sure I expected it to work as well as it has. What a boss. Absolute boss he is. 41,000 resources lost for ShoWTimE still, and 36,000 for Harstem. Like, ShoWTimE has definitely lost more, but he's had a better economy for the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. And that counts for something. So if you have more Zealots against the largely DT army, you're actually going to do fine. Zealots are pretty awesome that way. Upgrades are still... Man, no armor upgrades at all. No. And actually, getting a +1 air weapons upgrade is Harstem, but he hasn't done anything with that. He doesn't have anything that can fly. I guess, well... Observers can fly, but they don't benefit from attack upgrades because they can attack. Pro tips from Falcon Paladin. Free of charge. You're just watching my casts. Basic pro tips. Like, observers can't attack anything. Continuing to push on in here is Harstem. Just nope. Wait, are we out of disruptors? No. Both players have a lot of disruptors. They were just not particularly in that battle because stalkers are faster than disruptors, and sometimes you send your army somewhere, and, well, the disruptors don't do a great job coming with you. Don Shano. What the heck is killing more probes? Oh, a little zealot attack down here. It's fine. Harstem does not feel like he can expand there. This is crazy. Oh, but Harstem might be able to, again, pull closer in this game. Oh, just killed a ton of probes. 12 more probes have died for ShoWTimE. We're at 62 to 35 here at 24 minutes, which is crazy pants. DTs from Harstem up here at the 11 o'clock base, forcing a recall. Disruptors, get out of there. Their DTs recalled in to respawn. Both players have lost what? So it's 41 probes for ShoWTimE, 69 now for Harstem, and what is considered the funny number Income tab favoring ShoWTimE, but creeping down into Harstem's side all the time here. Is he gonna, man, I think Harstem needs to retake. He's messing up. These probes are screwing it up. They need to harvest. They don't need to just be sitting here. They need to long distance mine. And if you're long distance mining like this, I don't know how good your chances are of winning the match. I've been going back and forth on this for the entire game, which is very interesting. But ShoWTimE expanding here while sending an attack down this way where there are a ton of cannons and shield batteries. And he's like, it's not for me. It's not for me. I don't have any armor upgrades for my zealots at all. And Harstem's like, yeah, I don't either. These guys are little glass cannons. They hit hard, but they are squishy. The squishiest. Oh, this probe massacre, though, Harstem. Oh. He's now lost 84 probes. He's down to 20 workers right now. 20 must counterattack, must do economic damage to ShoWTimE's 11 o'clock base again. Oh. Okay, killing 27 probes will do it. It's 30 to 20 workers at 25 minutes. Nexus down. Income for both players in the toilette. Dans la toilette. Income still favoring ShoWTimE, but it's largely because this base exists and now this base is dead. So that's not great. I still think Harstem is dead. Oh, backed him into a corner. Yeah, ShoWTimE is your winner. Oh, that went very quickly from ShoWTimE doesn't have a great economy, but neither does Harstem. The ShoWTimE taps out because he overextended to do that, right? He did. He killed this base. He killed this base. He killed so many probes. He killed 73 of ShoWTimE's probes and lost 84 of his own. Just probe apocalypse here today. Disgusting carnage on both sides of the map. That was a lot of fun. I still don't think this War Prism ever did anything. Hang on, is it still just, it's still just sitting back here. Like, I'm kind of curious to maybe back up and see if it ever attempted anything at all. But I don't know that ShoWTimE ever had the spare, 700-800 resources to do it. And Harstem's got a couple stalkers in here to just keep that from happening anyway. I mean, actually, what I really want to see is the big-time disruptor hit that comes in, and Harstem has nowhere to blink, right? It's right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Maybe 2 of them didn't really connect, but it doesn't really matter. ShoWTimE's your winner. I mean, that was great. 3 Nexuses died for Harstem. 6 went down for ShoWTimE. He won the game anyway. He won it anyway. He lost 19 disruptors, but killed 30 of Harstem's disruptors, which is insane. Absolutely insane. ShoWTimE also lost 98 stalkers and killed 83 of Harstem's. It was a stalker apocalypse. It was a worker apocalypse today. And end of the day, ShoWTimE ended up losing 53,000 resources to 44,000 for Harstem and won regardless. A lot of that is because he destroyed Harstem's economy, and ShoWTimE had more bases for longer time in this game. Income tab is a lot of blue over the last 5 minutes. And the more of these games we watch with the income advantage tab, the more this line is in your side for the last 5 minutes of a game, the greater the chances that you win. Economy, super important in all RTS games, and especially in der StarCraft. Fantastic. That was a really good PvP. Hope you all enjoyed it, because that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a mirror matchup today. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.